How many of you have used a chemical relaxer lately? If you have, listen up. Uterine cancer rates and deaths are on the rise in the U.S., with death rates highest among non-Hispanic Black women. Okay, Black women. Uterine cancer is on the rise. And those straighteners, those relaxers have parabens, bisphenol A, metals, and formaldehyde. So you're putting all of this on your scalp. Listen close to this article, you guys. Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica Blackbird. Welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Those are easy, free ways to help our little channel grow. If you've already subscribed, thank you a bazillion times. And if you haven't, and this is your first time checking out my channel, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share the video. I'm sure this topic will be relevant to most of you. So anyway, you guys, how many of you remember this Chris Rock did this movie, and I think the name of it was Good Hair, and he went around talking to Black women about the dangers of putting in relaxers, and so many of us saw this. So to be honest, I used to do relaxers about 15 years ago, twice a year. But with lupus, I started to be afraid of the chemicals in it. So 15 years ago, I stopped. But some people were still using them even in these days of the natural hair, revolution. So anyway, this woman is suing 5 different companies. She alleges that their relaxers and hair straightening products caused her uterine cancer. So let's get into this article. And CNN has it. So many other outlets are reporting on this. But this particular one is from southernillinoisnow.com. So let's get into it. Woman sues 5 companies alleging their chemical hair straightening products caused her uterine cancer. And this is ABC News. Jenny Mitchell said she first started using chemical hair straightening products in 2000 when she was in 3rd grade. Wow, she's young. Nearly 2 decades later, Mitchell, now 32, was diagnosed with uterine cancer despite having no family history of the disease. She said she had no choice but to undergo a full hysterectomy to remove her uterus. So when they do a full hysterectomy, they take out the uterus, the ovaries, the tubules, they scrape out the lining of everything. So yeah, I could see how that would just be detrimental to a young woman at 32. Not being able to carry my own children has been the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with, she told ABC News' Good Morning America. This is a dream of mine that I've always wanted. Now, Mitchell, represented by a group of attorneys, including Ben Crump, is suing 5 hair relaxer manufacturers, including L'Oreal USA, alleging their products caused her cancer. Her lawsuit, filed in Illinois, came 1 week after a new study published in the Journal of National Cancer Institute and funded by the National Institutes of Health suggested that frequent users of chemical hair straightening products may be more likely to develop uterine cancer than those who didn't use those products. Scientists caution that it's not clear yet if these products cause cancer. For now, research only hints at only a probable link. Around 60% of women in the study who reported using chemical straightening products were self-identified Black women. When Mitchell learned about the study, she said she was shocked. But at the time, I also thought that maybe this could be an answer to my diagnosis, she said. Mitchell said many Black women, like herself, faced pressures to use hair straightening products, which she said she typically used every 4 weeks to adhere to American beauty standards. Dang, that's often. As an African American woman, it is the societal norm to have your hair look a certain way, she said. Don't wear your natural hair because it looks unprofessional. A lot of women deal with that in all types of settings. And you guys, I'm going to agree with her. Just look at how many schools in the United States have been sued because some teacher or some principal took it upon themselves to cut a black child's natural hair because it didn't look right or it wasn't the school policy. How many little girls wore braids to school and were sent home because the braids weren't accepted? You know, how many kids wore their natural hair, which looked like an afro, and they were told they had to comb their hair before they came to school? How many kids with naturally wavy or curly hair are accepted for their wavy and curly hair? So there is, you know, a societal thing that puts pressure on black women and men, for that matter, because men with dreadlocks get looked at like they're dirty. So anyway, I agree with her on that part. I'm hoping to be the voice for millions of other African American women out there because we start so young getting these chemical relaxers in our hair, she added. The defendants did not immediately respond to ABC News' request for comment. Uterine cancer rates and deaths are on the rise in the U.S., with death rates highest among non-Hispanic Black women, according to the National Institutes of Health, which tracked data from 34,000 women in the sister study for more than a decade. The sister study is a project that's been tracking the health of about 50,000 women in the U.S. since 2003. According to the study, chemical hair straighteners typically contain products that are known endocrine disruptors and can affect hormone-sensitive cancers. The products include parabens, bisphenol A, metals, and formaldehyde. Oh my gosh. According to researchers in the NIH study. So you guys, you know, if it's disrupting the endocrine system, that controls a lot of hormones, your insulin production and everything. Wow. I mean, that stuff is dangerous. Chemical relaxers can cause lesions and burns on the scalp, make it easier for them to then be absorbed into the body. Dr. Madeline Gaynors, a board-certified dermatologist who was not involved in the study, told ABC News. So, how many of you have gotten those chemical burns from putting a relaxer on or a perm on your scalp? They're saying right here in bold letters that when your scalp is burned, you have now opened yourself up to absorb more of those chemicals. So now they're getting into your bloodstream, right? Dang, this stuff is crazy. But the authors of the new study said that more research is needed to determine if hair straightening chemicals could be shown to cause an increased risk for uterine cancer. The study also only identifies an association between uterine cancer and the products, not a causal relationship. One thing directly caused another, which Mitchell will need to demonstrate. Crump said they also hope the lawsuit will spread greater awareness of the potentially harmful chemicals in hair relaxants so women can make more informed decisions for their health. Now that we have this knowledge, we have this information, it is incumbent upon us to bring them along, he said. We have to make this a public health crisis. So you guys, this is crazy. This stuff has so many harmful chemicals and formaldehyde. Do you guys know what formaldehyde is? It's what is used in, funeral homes for in dead bodies. And also remember, I don't know what it's called, but I remember reading something years ago about people smoking it and then they would move like zombies. And that stuff is very dangerous. Just imagine you get a chemical burn on your scalp and you don't realize that all of these harmful chemicals, cancer causing agents, are leaching into your scalp, into your bloodstream, and circulating in your body. And I wonder how long it takes for your body to get rid of that. Who knows? But anyway, let's see where this goes, because if this woman happens to win her lawsuit, I see more people coming forward, because this is affecting mostly, they said around 60% of women who were in that study reported using chemical straightening products. They were self-identified as Black. Yeah, this is scary and really sad that Black women were and are using these products and probably have no idea of the harmful chemicals that are there in the product. So you guys, let's go in the comments and have a conversation about this. How many of you have used relaxers? And if you're still using them, will you stop? Let me know what your thoughts are about this horrible situation. See you in the comments.